What is up, YouTube? This is Barry Station here on another edition of Anime Reactions. Yes, I'm still alive and doing reactions. I'm still trying to create content. Don't worry. This channel's not dead. So we're gonna go and react to episode 8 of Magical Records, Mahou, Shoujo, Madoka, Magica, Gaiden. I'm gonna be real right now. I'm a bit disappointed with somehow stuff does show. It doesn't have that sort of feel, but it's still interesting to try to figure, shit out, here and there. I mean, try to look for any cues. It's still visual. It's still visually appealing to watch in all its respect, and I can live with that. Uh, I would love to share personal stuff as regards because apparently I don't I'm not sophisticated. I still don't have enough time to set sophisticated enough there to set aside time to set up separate videos announcing what I'm going to do here and there. Like I don't know how to really appeal to the outside because I don't know what it is to right now that I can get back this all subs and whatnot. But I mean, I'm trying my best at this point. So there's only so much I can really do at this point. And but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm keep trying. I mean, but I need the feedback and all. I mean, I do want to change. There's a lot of stuff I want to change, but and then there's a lot of stuff I want to just omit and not just be regulated this part. I mean, there's so much I need, but anyways, my boy Son, was kind of doing what doesn't have that really sophisticated layout either, but he does a while. But it's because the way that my man appeals, like he knows the hype and all. I can't get on his energy levels as consistently as he can. I really can't. I mean that it needs, especially when like even though I'm pretty sure he's been into anime longer than I have, the fact that I've ended up watching a lot more than he has most likely. I'm like this is when you just you just get old. This is when you just get a little aged as a it, aged as an anime veteran and all. Even though I haven't watched certain popular shows and all because certain reasons and all. But anyways, so let's get started. So where we left off, right? Yoho turns uses her witch, her witch form, aka the doppel form again. There is something to it, and then like those two sisters, right? I almost forgot. What was your names? Akin. There was a. Okay, I don't know why they don't have the. I don't know why they don't have them on the actual just hold on a sec. So it's those yeah it's discuss it's the Amane sisters. One is basically the fact that they're like long story short, they're like they went through some fucked up. They probably went through some fucked up crap, and from what I was told a little bit, it had to do with something in the family to where they like practically started hating each other, and they so it's like the wish is just like, oh, don't hate each other. And funny enough, their doppels are opposites. It seems one depicts some sort of loneliness, and one depicts some sort of one of poverty, like loneliness from riches, and then poverty because poverty, and then so forth. Like there's literally something I can equate to the Prince and the Pauper, if you know what I mean. But that's sort of what's that? But that's kind of not as easy to explain at this point. I would go. I would try to go into more details, but I do really need to get down to this. I mean, before I start wasting record time again. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this episode up. It's gonna be episode 8. So let's get this maybe started. I will try. I'll try to the quick notes. I will try to post when I'm gonna do the live stream tomorrow, and it might. And it's gonna be a catch up and all. I really like. I'm not so sure. I really am a little bit demotivated to do it because not as much people is gathered around as much. I just need feedback, guys. I mean, I like. I can call I can call the shots, but I can't do them if there's not enough suggestions to say change up here and there. I mean, so it is that's on you guys. So all right. Okay. And maybe I might change the layout as well. I mean, I as much as I want to play it safe, I'm also thinking maybe that's why I haven't been getting as much views or subscribers as I wish I'd have, and so that might be a reason. But I'm not so sure whether or not to take the risk or not. And frankly, I don't want to, but then there's also the other like trying to get this out of the bag, get monetization and all. It sucks right now. Anyways, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, the ads and all. Like, yeah, it's wholly outwatered. Luck. Does anyone listen to? Does anyone really listen to XM? iHeart music anymore? Or this one playing the fucking OP. What? Well. And it transitions to that. Nice. Nice. Alright, well. So we dove into a bit about So Felicia was the whole thing where we dived into her motive for revenge. I not so sure how to feel about it. It doesn't feel as resolved as I'd hope it would be. I mean, I'm not so sure if they're diving into characters halfway, or there's more to the story, but there's not enough episodes to cover it. Some people are telling me it's gonna be a 2 core, but it's more split. But it's more of a split. Like the production for the second half is gonna be on another season, which I would want to believe. I would genuinely want to believe. But as for sure, I mean, have this beast have 26 episodes. And then just say, oh, it was only 13. And it's just like, that's a little depressing. It's already really creepy that the phone turned on its own. Yep. Hey boy. Yes. There's a static, a lap. I'm just laughing. What the? I saw his silhouette. What the? Who's that? I didn't get a good look. Was it one of the wings of wings of Magius? It can't be Uri, can it? Or is it? Or is it like? actually looking like her, maybe an alternate side, or maybe it's the go, maybe it's the her witch counterpart to laughing right there. Well, at least they have a normal looking school opposed to the parent story. Oh, go figure, man. There's normal looking school, normal looking buildings, normal looking animals, like and normal looking plants, as opposed to the original. I just find that hilarious when I look at it. I'm just like, it didn't occur to me until now. Like, I was like, what was I doing? But then again, I can't say that it's better. It's necessarily better. It's just its own thing at this point. Like I kind of stated already a million times already. Uh, what is she doing here? I always want. There's something about shaft and chairs that is such an obsession for the with the farmer. She's not a witch, or the rumor probably caught her or something, or I don't know. Well, that makes it hard to gather intel if when you don't have anyone working on the inside here. Is this something from like another? That one anime from PA works? You know, the Invisible Girl. It's just a little different though. I mean, at least this has an explanation, unlike in Bunnigo Senpai. Like, I'm not so sure if Bunnigo Senpai really explained how those girls got, you know, got by supernatural shit. Okay, well, Banzai. Nope. He's just like, nope. It's just weird. At one point it was like dark, and all of a sudden it's all light. That can't be just because of automatic lights. No, that's for sure. That's definitely done on purpose. It's just like some slow handing. Boy, oh boy. Chop suey been dipped in fucking black bean sauce and sriracha. Yeah, yeah, ordered off the top, man. 4,000 year combo plat. So we eat all of that. Oh, nice. It's a dip. Yeah, it's literally there's literally a dim sum. There's literally a dim sum restaurant. Except they don't deliver it to you in on like carts in here, obviously. It's Misaka, right? Oh, okay. Never mind. She's probably Rapunzel, or she's literally a Rapunzel situation going on. Like probably you got to fight at the top of the tower and all. Maybe like Sleeping Beauty or something. So they're so magical. Yeah, magical girls are literally about territory. It's something I kind of overlook a bit too often. You got mail. I cannot replicate the one from the old ass AOLs or the the agent. You got mail. It's so annoying when your phone's on and all of a sudden just lights up because it gets notifications. Even when you turn off all of them. I mean, why would you need it? It's a miracle. What does numbers have to do with that? Hammer, hammer, I am hammer. And cuts out there. It's not hammer time anymore. This creepy giggle is like giving me chills right now. Like just like what the hell is going on here? Yeah. Her aggressive ass just got in trouble again. Well, why am I even surprised at this point? Of course you're gonna get in trouble again. Can the parents actually even do anything about it at this point? Like they're dead. I'm just saying. So Banmanza is basically a little home to her right now. Sorta. I just start punching. Okay. Life lessons in life lessons confirmed. Okay, got you. You get pissed by rooms, you start punching. Cool. Why does something? Yeah, this is looks white, quite similar to a bit similar to the one in the original in the original city's location. That I forgot the name of that city. Fuck. This is getting more and more. Says different things. That little that creepy giggle that we were hearing throughout this episode so far. People love to talk. Yet again. Oh god. If only you got a screenshot of it. God damn it. So some briefly leaked info. Uh oh. That's I think this is I'm thinking that's from Gaiden. Please even that should have to be. Oh, it's one of my sisters. Do not ask me. Do not ask me if I can tell who that one, which sister it is. It's very hard enough that I can't remember their, like their individual names. I think it's wait, Tsubasa and Tsukuyomi. Like, Taraka. Ah, what the hell? This weird freaking floaty towers. Who? I wonder who the designer was for that damn. Man, they did. Jeez, what is these damn staircases? They're like Madoka Magica sure has a thing with staircases too, or anything that looks like it. Sorry, little itch here. Oh, see that doll? See that little double again? Look up. It's like it's. Huh? What about Sana Futaba? Is he referring to the? Was there? Is it the shield? Is it the shield girl? Oh, sorry. I apologize. There was a fucking ad that just popped up. Oh, there's Mama. There's Mama Tomoe. What is she doing here though? Is she just? I think Mommy just like was keeping eyes on Tamaki. I usually ignore spam, but if it feels like something that may be important, I endless solitude. Okay, you definitely shouldn't have responded to that, my girl. Kappa Kappa. Could it? Would the sender be kind? Kind? Is it Ui? Or I wouldn't think. I probably don't think it's Ui. I doubt it at this point. Don't ask me how, if I could try to tell the anime sister part. Like I'm trying to look here and there, and then all of a sudden I got distracted by that one ad. I do apologize on that part. I don't think much. I don't think I missed anything in particular. It's just really them like a little bit of a squabble between that Amane sister and Tamaki. Uh, this is what happens when you use uTorrent too much. Occasionally an ad just pop like that. I forgot it would still do that. But then there was also something very, very trippy about that raid, about this DJ Hammer dude, and all of a sudden he was about to say something, and then all of a sudden it just kind of cuts off, and then a girl, and then you hear that girl's laugh. So what's going on here is still up in the air. We're still searching for answers, and we're frankly getting nowhere. Yeah, I still can't tell who this is. Yeah, that's Raina right here. She looks prettier. She looks prettier when she's kind of like that. I'm not gonna go off as just like, oh, they just won the game. I am trying to figure something, but I still feel like there's loose ends here and there with the series as a whole, or it's just like this. The story itself is just not very tight knit as I wish it'd be, but it's trying to do something. I mean, like this is not the sort of the Earl Butcher sort of writing that I actually really like. I'm so used to with this sort of franchise. It just doesn't have that sort of pop. And I'm gonna be really nitpicky right now. There was a lot of silent moments where this was just I know they're trying to do the sort of the uneasy, the unsettling sort of silent background, and while there's just kind of just standing around and all, but sometimes when it just feels like there's too much awkward silence at times. I just feel as like, so when you think about some of the inserted the background music back in Madoka Magica, I mean, they don't do it all the time, but it actually adds this sort of I hate doing this. I'm sorry if that looks annoying, but it tries to. The one from Madoka Magica, it adds to the cryptic messages and just makes them feel, and just makes you realize that you have to keep these in mind. And it just adds to the tension and all, and it adds to the sort of surreal primacy. I don't get it from this one. Unfortunately, I don't get it from this alternative version. I seriously don't. And that's where it really falls short of being even comparable to the original. I know it's trying, like I said, I know it's trying to be its own thing, but at this point, I mean, the way it's going off, it could just be blown off as just a gacha game sort of adaptation, and that's kind of sad if it just turns out as simply just that. But I do see where it's trying. I mean, it is trying to pull up these cues, these like little visual. It's trying to pull the visual cues here and there, and they do have purpose. They do have purpose, like at least half the time. But I feel like it's just not enough to where it entices us to realize real shit is gonna go down. And frankly, sometimes like the tone sometimes doesn't feel right in some cases. And I felt like it's just really just tricky. It's just tricking us in some points, but it doesn't have, like, when you get the the sort of the easy, like there's not much tension sort of moments, like you get those. It doesn't have something to immediately follow up with, or something to just make you remember, oh, this is a fucked up show. It doesn't have that. Well, okay. It usually doesn't have. It usually is unable to utilize that. and frankly, I think it's kind of on the character's part. Like, I know there's some it's not like they're just completely shallow, but the amount of background they're given, it just doesn't have enough because of the story with there. And frankly, I blame the fact that there's too many damn characters that you don't have enough to really, care much enough about them, and that's problematic for me. Because if I can't get myself to care as much for characters, I am more likely to forget about them. And when I try to, and it's really undermining for me when I try to remember those characters. I may almost start to forget the other characters that I'm really more really care for more. And it really depends. I mean, you gotta manage the size of your cast. I'm just saying. I mean, there are shows that can work with a lot. There are shows that can work with a large number of characters, as long as the story is. I mean, Gintama is one, but it's because it's more of a long-running series, so there's more to it. But there's more room. There's more elbow room to cover those characters. With a show like this, only 13, even just 26 may not be enough to really get the whole circulation on them. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it works out. Most of the time, it doesn't. Kimetsu no Yaiba also falls under falls under those sort of flaws too, in my opinion. I know we talk about like, the writing is actually pretty bad. The characters are just bland shonen characters, but it's also because like there's actually a good amount of characters that there's actually like just trying to introduce a lot of characters that we frankly don't really care about, and just knocking in some with the backstories, mostly the enemies on this part, where we don't even really want to fucking care. Like, yeah, we want to humanize them, but do we want to keep doing it to where we should care all the freaking time? Like, we're not gonna even see them go. We're not gonna see oh yay, they're resurrected when everything is said and done. I don't see that happening. And for this one, they've only half dived into most of them. They've only really dived so much into Tamaki. And not much anyone else. Yasho they really need to go in depth into. I mean, yeah, we recognize the thing with with how she's kind of associated with the Wings of Mages, or rather her friend, or rather associated with a friend who was part of that group. But we don't get much more than that, to be honest. And the only way I can know is if I look up on the wiki and know like what kind of wish he made and all. And that's pretty much it. But there's not enough to it. And I'm not saying it's totally a bad thing, but it's just quite a lot of shortcomings with this show. But it's still interesting to watch. You still want to try to figure out what's going on, and what's going to happen next, and what's the bigger picture of this. And how does and at least for me, how does the original cast, like, how do they fall in? I know Mami's like, kind of spy hopping, trying to look out for Tamaki because she views her as a threat. I'm not so sure how to really feel about how the anime does it, because to have Mami, immediately treat Tamaki like a threat is kind of perplexing in one way or another. And maybe something's wrong with this version. It could also apply to this version of Kyoko, but this version of Kyoko looks pretty much the same to me as the one I knew from the original Madoka Magica. But time will tell. I mean, hopefully stuff will will come to light. But for just if this is part of a if this is a part one of what's gonna be a split core, I can somewhat forgive that. I can actually kind of forgive that. But we're gonna have to wait for news for the next one until then. I mean, with the No Guns Life one, I can kind of forgive that part because like the next part of that story is gonna be told on a separate season. But for this one, we don't really know yet if this is really going to like. There's nothing 100% confirmed about whether or not this is going to be a split core or not. Like, people are telling me it is, people tell me it's not. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the truth here is. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's still a really interesting show, and I really will. And I still look forward to the next episode as to what's this anonymous, this anonymous individual sending spam mail to, and why is it ending up in spam mail? Is my question. But anyways, that's pretty much going to do it for this edition of Magical Record Reaction and this overall edition of Anime Reaction. So smash like button if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do the recommendations. I mean, I really need to get something going on this channel, which can be considered half dead, but still alive and kicking somehow. If you're interested in getting notifications and updates, just hit the bell icon below. Also, check out the links to the description of this video. Click the other social media platforms that I use, which include my Twitter, my Twitch, my Discord server, my Patreon page, and also Miami List and Analyst. I mean, I know y'all heard about the Miami List thing, but I still have an account. I mean, just in case. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this edition of Anime Reaction. So until then, see you next time.